Have you ever noticed that your stomach feels bloated even when you haven't eaten very much? You look down and your abdomen feels tight, swollen, or uncomfortable, and it doesn't seem to match what you actually consumed. Sometimes it happens after a normal meal, sometimes even when you've barely eaten at all. The discomfort can come and go, but over time it starts to feel like a regular part of your day. You might wake up feeling fine, only to notice the bloating build slowly as the day goes on. By evening, your body feels heavier, your clothes feel tighter, and your overall comfort decreases. It can be frustrating, especially when you can't clearly identify what caused it. Many people assume that bloating is simply the result of eating too much or eating the wrong food. While that can be true in some cases, it does not explain why bloating happens even with small meals or seemingly healthy choices. The reality is that bloating is often influenced by multiple factors working together rather than a single cause. Understanding these factors can help explain why this sensation appears so frequently. One of the most common contributors is how food is processed in the digestive system. Digestion is not just about what you eat, but how your body breaks it down and moves it through the system. When digestion slows down or becomes less efficient, gas can build up, and the stomach may feel distended. This does not necessarily mean something is wrong, but it does mean that the system is not moving as smoothly as it could. Eating habits also play a role. Eating quickly, for example, can introduce extra air into the digestive system. This air can accumulate and contribute to a feeling of fullness or pressure. In addition, when food is not thoroughly chewed, the digestive system has to work harder to break it down, which can affect how comfortably the process unfolds. Another factor involves the types of foods being consumed. Certain foods naturally produce more gas during digestion. This is a normal process, but the amount of gas produced and how the body handles it can vary from person to person. What feels completely normal for one person may feel uncomfortable for another. Stress is another important influence that is often overlooked. The digestive system is closely connected to the nervous system. When a person is under stress, the body may shift its focus away from digestion and toward other functions. This can slow down digestive processes and contribute to sensations like bloating or discomfort. Even low levels of ongoing stress can have this effect over time. Posture can also affect how the digestive system functions. Sitting for long periods, especially in positions that compress the abdomen, can create pressure that interferes with digestion. This may contribute to a feeling of fullness or tightness, even if food intake has been minimal. Hydration is another subtle but important factor. The digestive system relies on adequate fluid levels to function efficiently. When hydration is low, digestion may slow, which can increase the likelihood of bloating. These factors rarely occur on their own. More often, they combine in small ways throughout the day. Eating slightly faster than usual, sitting for long periods, experiencing mild stress, and being slightly dehydrated may not seem significant individually, but together they can create noticeable discomfort. This is why bloating can feel unpredictable. It is not always linked to a single meal or a single habit, but rather to patterns that develop over time. Once these patterns are recognized, it becomes easier to understand why the body responds the way it does and what might be influencing these sensations. When bloating becomes a regular experience, the goal is not simply to eliminate it completely, but to reduce how often it occurs and improve overall comfort. This usually involves small, consistent adjustments rather than extreme changes. The digestive system responds best to steady patterns, and even minor improvements can make a noticeable difference over time. Instead of searching for a single solution, it is often more effective to look at the overall rhythm of daily habits and how they support or interfere with digestion throughout the day. One of the most effective adjustments involves slowing down during meals. Eating at a more relaxed pace allows the body to process food more efficiently and reduces the amount of air swallowed. When meals are rushed, the body does not have enough time to coordinate digestion properly, which can increase discomfort. Taking time to chew thoroughly and eat without distraction can improve how food is processed, even if the type of food does not change. Over time, this can lead to a more stable and comfortable digestive experience. Movement also plays an important role in supporting digestion. The body is designed to process food more efficiently when it is not completely inactive. Gentle activity after meals can help encourage movement within the digestive system, reducing the likelihood of gas buildup and pressure. This does not require intense exercise. Even a short walk, light stretching, or simply standing instead of sitting immediately after eating can support this process. These small movements help maintain a natural flow within the body. Posture awareness can further support digestive comfort. When the body is positioned in a way that compresses the abdomen, such as slouching or leaning forward for long periods, it can interfere with how digestion unfolds. Allowing the torso to remain more open and relaxed can reduce unnecessary pressure. This does not require holding a rigid position, but rather avoiding prolonged compression and allowing the body to shift naturally throughout the day. Hydration should be maintained consistently as well. The digestive system relies on adequate fluid levels to function efficiently. When hydration is insufficient, digestion may slow, which can contribute to a feeling of heaviness or bloating. Drinking water at regular intervals throughout the day can support smoother digestion. This approach is often more effective than consuming large amounts at once, as it maintains a steady internal balance. Stress management also contributes to digestive comfort in ways that are not always immediately visible. The digestive system is closely connected to the nervous system, and when the body is under stress, digestion may become less efficient. Creating moments of calm during the day can help the body shift into a state that supports digestion. This can be as simple as taking a few minutes to pause, slowing down breathing, or stepping away from constant stimulation. Over time, these small changes can influence how the body processes food. Food choices may also be adjusted gradually. Instead of making sudden or restrictive changes, it can be helpful to observe how the body responds to different meals. Some foods may feel lighter and easier to digest, while others may create more noticeable discomfort. Paying attention to these patterns allows for more personalized adjustments that align with the body's responses. This approach tends to be more sustainable than following rigid rules. It is also useful to consider meal timing. Eating at irregular times or very late in the day can affect how the body processes food. Creating a more consistent eating pattern can support the digestive system and reduce unpredictability. When the body knows when to expect food, it can prepare more effectively, which may improve overall comfort. Another subtle factor involves how attention is directed during meals. Eating while distracted, such as while using a phone or working, can reduce awareness of how much is being eaten and how the body is responding. Bringing more attention to the eating process can help align intake with actual hunger and fullness signals, which may reduce unnecessary discomfort. It is important to remember that occasional bloating is normal. The digestive system is dynamic and responds to many variables, including food, stress, movement, and timing. Expecting it to feel exactly the same at all times can create unnecessary concern. Instead, focusing on overall patterns and gradual improvements tends to be more effective and realistic. Over time, these adjustments begin to influence how the body feels. Bloating may occur less frequently, and when it does occur, it may feel less intense and shorter in duration. The body may feel lighter, more comfortable, and more stable throughout the day. These changes are often gradual, but they reflect a shift in how the digestive system is supported on a daily basis. Perhaps the most important realization is that bloating is not always something that needs to be eliminated completely to feel better. In many cases, it is a signal that reflects how the body is responding to daily patterns. When those patterns begin to change, the body often adapts in a way that improves overall comfort. And as these changes accumulate, the experience of bloating becomes easier to understand, manage, and reduce over time.